All right, so AI outreach will not save your sales pipeline, and it most definitely will not open up the accounts that you want it to open up. Just doing a little bit of personalization, sending it to the right decision maker, I think you're in for a rude awakening on what actually closes deals. And I'm going to go through the principles that you really should be worrying about in this video. So make sure you comment, subscribe, and stick around. I'm going to be going through everything that we know. So real quick, why you should listen to me. My name is Ryan Ogren. I'm the founder of MoneyMake Marketing. We just closed a $1.2 million deal with a major food service brand. This client, they actually are B2B and they service retail, CPG, food service, and other brands that most of you on this channel actually want to go after. So that's why you should listen to me. We also have closed $5.8 million cash collected revenue for our clients through this strategy so far this year. And we're using cold email and we're using cold outreach on LinkedIn every single day for these channels, but we do it differently because we have different principles that are closing these deals, okay? So if you're not getting the results you're looking for, check yourself on a few of these, all right? So number one, the very first thing I want you to know, if you're doing the ChatGPT, the Claude and Apollo connection, the HubSpot sales agent, the instantly cold email agent, if you're doing any of those, because it's easy to do it, it now has more people using the same thing to send to the same decision makers. So no matter what, if you're just changing the messaging, you're changing your angles, you're changing what you do, your social proof, you're changing all this, that, and the other, it all looks the same now. So what happened is, let's just say this is the baseline for where outreach was before. AI made us more efficient, so now we're up there. But what just happened is it's commoditized again. So, and markets move super fast, especially when you're talking about mega deals. Deals are the decision makers at the accounts you want to open up. If you're a retail, CPG, food service, brand or vendor of those brands, then your deals move fast. The marketplace moves fast. It iterates quick. And so what just happened is it was here, enabled us to get up to here, but then everyone already adopted these adjustments. Everyone that's already closing deal adopted these adjustments because they want to make money. But what they just did is they just decided, all right, let's make our outreach easier. But they failed to adjust for the thing that actually matters, which is number two, winning the decision maker. Okay? So win the person. Number two, win the person, win the account. All right? That's really what happens when we open up a net new account, when we actually close a deal. These are big deals. These are multiple six-figure, if not seven figures a year of these accounts, okay? And if you are not going after that person and trying to win what they respect, then you don't stand a chance of winning that account, okay? Now, let me just connect the dots here. So you just spent all this time optimizing your outreach so you don't have to spend a lot of time doing it, and you sent it to this person that doesn't have any time to read it. Do you think you're going to have any chance in hell of winning that person? No. And that's what's happening. Your outreach, it's not going to work. Your AI tools, the amount of effort you put in to actually get them the right information, the angles they're trying, like, it's not going to be good enough. Also, they can tell, these people can tell that it's AI. And also, I'll go into this third piece. And number three also links together with 1 and 2 is all your outreach looks the same when you do the same things. Okay? So now, because you're using Instantly or you're using the Claude and the ChatGPT and the email tools and the Apollo tools, you get the same information, the same decision makers, and you send the same messaging to each one of them because you're not doing anything else in that stack. And that's the problem. I'm not saying AI outreach doesn't work, but you have to do something that's different. Now, couple cold email principles that I think a lot of companies are struggling with as well. I'll just keep going down this list. So cold email and cold LinkedIn was never enough to just book a call by itself. Every now and again, you can get lucky and you can send an email and book a call. But for the most part, the actual deals that we want quotable opportunities from, we've never really booked a call from just sending one cold email or one LinkedIn DM alone. It had to be 100% of the time. We had to explain why that call needed to happen before it even happened. And you can do this for the first cold email outreach and then deliver it with a PDF and then explain off the PDF. But you could do it with a video pitch, my favorite, or you could do it with a million different things. but never really has you send one cold email and they say, let's get on a call. And that happens sometimes. And those are like the layup deals that you're going to get anyways. But I'm talking about you want more deals. The principles are fairly the same. So people, and the reason why, let's unpack it a little bit more. If I just asked you right now, book a call below, let's get on a call. You're gonna be like, why? And why do you do that? Because people constantly want your time. And you don't want to be on calls all day long with strangers unless you know why, right? It's the same thing. You're trying to protect your calendar. I do the same thing. I literally don't book a call with any vendor of mine until I want to buy. Same thing goes with you. So we have to be doing more work ahead of time with our marketing than we are actually selling. That's just the way the market is now. People don't want to be on calls. So the issue is, cold outreach alone doesn't book the calls that you want booked. It books the calls that are like the layup deals that are ready to go now. But as far as the deals that you really want, the accounts that are really going to change your business, you have to explain why they need to be on a call with you right now. And the best way by far to do that, in my opinion, is with a lead magnet. Okay, so that's the best way to do it. And now, what are lead magnets? You can do PDFs, you can do videos, you can do slides, you can do any kind of deliverable. Thoughts around what our strategy is, I'll talk about that maybe in another video, or you can go on this channel and you can go check out other videos. Let's go back through this again so you guys understand. All right, number one, AI outreach has made it easier to access all decision makers out there. So now all your messaging that's being sending out there, it all sounds the same to them. It's just a cold email outreach. So how are you going to differentiate? If we know we need to win the account, we need to win that person, how are you going to stand out and show that you are better than everyone else if you're doing the same thing that everyone else is? You're not, right? So then when we go back to winning the person, if you try to AI automate and you look at what you're sending to that person, if they can tell that it's AI or they sniff out a little bit that it's AI, you're shot. There's no way, because they look at it like you didn't want to put the effort in to actually get to know them and help them out, and they're not going to give you the time of day. That's why they're not going to get on a call with you, right? So show them that you are doing the effort, or at least make it look like you're doing the effort with good AI. Now, it all looks the same. If you're using the same strategy, the same tools with no other stack in between, like, it's going to have the same output. That's just inputs equals outputs, right? And so if you change up your inputs, then you will get a different output. But it's not using a different tool. We use a lot of the tools that I just listed off. We use them differently, though. We are scraping websites in between. We are enriching information. We are actually doing a different funnel. We are, instead of sending email outreach asking if we can get you 5 to 6 new booked meetings, would it make sense to jump on a call? Instead of doing that kind of strategy, we're actually sending something that is of substance and then sending more lead magnets and information after it to start the relationship, because our goal is to win that person over. Now, if you and I are competing and I send a cold email outreach and I'm using a lead magnet and I'm actually offering that lead something, and you're just doing like if we can lower your packaging costs by 10%, would it make sense to get on a call? If we're just doing those two, we're going to kick your ass every single time. Like, it is going to be over. We're not playing a gimmick. We're getting them the actual capabilities that we have because we have a superior offer, and we're doing it in a way that they respect because we're winning over that person. We're not doing something that's going to be disrespectful for their time. So, one, on this, stand out. So make sure if you're using these AI tools, stand out. Do something different. The other thing is cold outreach very rarely does it book the call. You need to have follow-up. You need to have lead magnets. You need to have stuff of substance. You need to have things that attract these people so you're not just chasing them day in and day out. And this is the other piece. They're going to use, this is the other piece that's changing too, because a lot of people hear this. They're going to say, oh, we'll do an AI PDF and then we'll send it to them. An AI PDF already lost all its value. I can go and create an AI PDF that's probably better than your AI PDF right now. It's not valuable to me. The things that are becoming more valuable are the things that AI can't easily do. That's the interesting thing about this. So AI has made all of our work more interesting or more valuable, but now AI has made our work more efficient, but it's also decreased the cost and the value of it. So those are just a few thoughts on this. Now, I think a lot of you are probably going to see a couple calls get booked than otherwise wouldn't, because now you're able to actually, what you're actually experiencing is you're probably doing outreach for the first time, or you're able to do more volume of outreach. But now when it comes time to cycling inboxes, when it comes time to changing your angles, when it comes time to managing all these leads at scale and sending up follow-ups and then managing all your lead magnets, now you can see that this is a whole outbound infrastructure that you need to have figured out. This is not one thing. And that's the beautiful part about what we do. It's never going to change. There's always just going to be a different level to it. And so if you guys have any questions about this, definitely make sure you like, comment, subscribe. This is a new channel, but apply to work with us and I'll answer any question you want. You just put the message or put a comment below and I'll answer your question, or join our email list and then email me, and then we'll be able to answer any question that you have and go through all your messaging there. But I highly encourage you to think about all these things that we just talked about in this video. And as far as your own outreach, don't be lazy with it. I know it's like, I don't want to spend extra time on this because you have my existing clients, but these net new accounts are probably some of the most valuable accounts that you can even ask for. Now, another thing I didn't even talk about is the triggers. And I'm actually going to do this as a bonus if you're still on this video. So when we talk about triggers, if you just go to ChatGPT right now or Claude and you ask who's in market for us right now, if you do that it's all it's going to do is go scrape news articles or maybe a couple job posts. Everybody's doing that, right? Everybody's doing that. And then they use the trigger in the outreach to say, hey, this is why. Everybody's doing that. And everyone knows it's AI. And the issue with that is you're missing so many more triggers. We like to use something called an anti-trigger. Claude's not doing this. Chat's not doing this. No AI's doing this. Manus isn't doing this. Like, you have to think out of the box. One of the things that we're doing is we actually scrape a website of an ideal company, and we go through the Wayback Machine and we continue to scrape past iterations of that website. And so we can see all the marketing material and how that website has changed over time. And we can know when they launch their products. We can know when they expand their locations. I can know when that company is growing. I can see the whole snapshot. And if we know when they launch their products or when they're expanding or when they likely do these decisions, I can now map all their vendor decisions on the back end. That's the part you're missing, because now we're always in market, but you have access to that information. We're smoking you. And that's the thing about triggers. So you have to have a team that's creative enough that can do this stuff. Otherwise, you're going to be lost. And so I hope you enjoyed this video. I wanted to get back into posting, so I made it sloppy, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon.